years, they're going to try and rebut this hearing with a press event afterwards. Not politicized at all. Everything is politicized with this administration. We have comments from the EPA. This DEIS likely this is 2019. This is Trump's EPA. Likely underestimates adverse impacts to groundwater, surface flows, water quality, wetlands, fish resources, and air quality. Nothing much to that, including the ability of the proposed water treatment plant to annually meet water treatment goals and water quality standards in perpetuity. Mr. Collier, tell me about the assets of the Pebble mine in a very short sentence. What are the assets other than this claim?
That's all there is.
Okay, all right, thank you. I appreciate the brevity. The Department of Interior submitted comments suggesting that the DEIS as prepared does not follow NEPA requirements and conventions for data inclusion, analysis of an activity of this scope and scale. This is the Trump Department of Interior, and it is inadequate and it precludes meaningful analysis. That's the Trump administration coming at us. Scott Pruitt said, "It is my judgment at this time that any mining projects in the region likely pose a risk to the abundant natural resources that exist there. Until we know the full extent of that risk, those natural resources and world-class fisheries deserve the utmost protection." Seriously? Scott Pruitt. So we have a little contradiction going on here. Mr. Borden, I was told there weren't any engineers here. You are an engineer, correct?
I am a geologist.
A geologist. You worked for Rio Tinto for 23 years.
Correct.
And you developed mines all around the world.
Yes, I did.
Have you ever seen a water treatment plant constructed that is still working or is going to work in perpetuity in an area we heard about the water as wet as this?
No, this would be truly unprecedented. The flows that would need to be routinely treated up to 19,000 gallons per minute, peaking above 20,000 at closure, and then an incredibly complex and costly multi-stage water treatment process. I've never seen such high flows linked with such a complex treatment process in my career.
Do you think maybe that's one of the reasons Rio Tinto, a real mining company with real assets, pulled out?
I think I would break some confidentiality agreements there. So
okay. Well, there were, as I recall, there were a number of major mining companies. We're down to one. Who is, but also they're not part of the shell company, so they won't have any liability if this fails. Is that correct?
Water treatment is truly an Achilles heel for this project, and I'd estimated that even being rather kind and conservatively low, it would be $40 million a year, every year just in operating costs to run a water treatment plant here.
So how's a shell company with no assets going to do that, I wonder? Maybe they'll post $1 billion bonds. Oh, no, we don't require that, do we?
I'd be happy to answer that question if you'd like.
No, sir, I didn't. I wouldn't want to ask another question. We'll get to you.
I thought you probably would.
Yes, thank you. How about the financial viability? You say its net present value is negative $3 billion.
That is correct.
All right, now I have a question, Mr. Collier. Have you submitted a document on this much smaller mine showing it's financially viable to the Corps of Engineers that is a certifiable, real analysis? Yes or no?
No.
No, okay.
But if the mine's not financially viable...
No, that's not, sir, I asked you yes or no. You answered no. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. How about the height of, Mr. Borden, the height of these dams? Are there a lot of dams this height around the world in wet, seismically active areas?
No, this would be unique. It would be at least in the upper 99 percentile of tailings dams constructed globally to date for height.
Oh, Mr. Collier looks appalled at that statement. So we'll have to see if he can document something else. So, and it will be about as tall as Hoover Dam? I mean Grand Coulee, sorry, not Hoover. Hoover's taller.
It will be 545 feet high at its highest point. I'm afraid I don't know how high.
Okay, yeah, we're close. Yeah, okay. And what are these constructed of?
The dam embankments will predominantly be constructed of bedrock, which is quarried from Greenfield's quarries.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. My time has expired.